right. It is the last shoulder day for kind of a while. I mean, we're creeping up on, I think it's going to be about at least a week of just pure relaxation. And in that week, I'm debating whether or not to just have some light band work, not putting too much strain on the core just to keep blood flow going to the muscle groups. But I don't know, we'll have to see, because I think what's probably going to be best is pure relaxation. I mean, I haven't had a week of full rest since I started training about 8 or so years ago, so it'll be good to kind of give my back that rest, because I was looking at the posing video from yesterday, and it's freaking nuts. I mean, it's gotten to the point that the strain is so serious that it's man, that guy's in a rush. It's so serious that my muscle's starting to deteriorate. I'm starting to see it's becoming very lopsided. So I think it seems counterintuitive, but the next step to getting bigger is to stop training for a little bit. Because I was looking at this post the other day, and it was I forget, I think his name is Master Shaolin, and he owns like the Shaolin Academy. He's this Zen master or some sort of Kung Fu master. Anyways, long story short, he was, as usual, just given his usual practical wisdom, and he was basically saying that you gotta heal your body first before anything, because he said it very eloquently, where it was like, you have 1,000 problems when your body is in order, and when your body isn't in order, you have one problem. So he's basically just trying to say, we overthink a lot when our body is in order, but then the second that something's up with our body, then we only have one issue, and we only have one thing to resolve. So my one thing to resolve right now is that right lower back injury. So that being said, we'll probably go with full rest. It's going to be kind of a discipline PR, to say the least, because a lot of what I like to do is just centered around training, and it's centered around weightlifting in general. So that being said, we're going to be making sure that everything's in check, and that's about it. And it'll really help that we're going to Oregon, because I'm going to visit my partner's family, because they just moved out there. So we'll probably go to a place like a lot of really scenic places for hiking. I know there's one that's supposed to be really good, and it's called Mount Hood. So we might make a trip out to that lake. But that being said, just being out in nature and with the person I love and her family, it's going to make everything a lot smoother as far as not training. Because I'll be honest, every day, even though you see in the videos, it's like every training session is complete obliteration. Like, I'm trying to just destroy the muscle groups, and just going for mechanical tension, like just trying to get some blood flow in there. And it can be tough, but at the same time, it's like a vacation every time that I go. Weightlifting for me is just it's a way, I want to say it's some sort of release, but it's more than that. Like, it's almost like this, it's just my version of creative expression. Like, I grew up playing soccer, practicing Taekwondo. It was dope. It was like, I don't know, I love doing all of that. But then once I got into high school, one of my buddies was like, oh man, we should try lacrosse. So we went into lacrosse. All things were good. And then the lacrosse coaches were like, I mean, I was freaking tiny. I was like 4'11", 110 pounds, just absolute shrimp. So, I mean, that being said, it was definitely what I needed as far as, just evening out my physique. But at the same time, I had to build up my upper body. They were just saying that you were too small. You would be crushed if you were on the field playing. So, just making sure that I was building up my upper body, that was priority numero uno. And once I got into weightlifting for lacrosse, I was like, I don't care about lacrosse. I just love the weightlifting. So here we are, competing, doing our thing, trying to get as massive as possible. But anyways, we're gonna have to make this workout quite quick. It's we only have about 20 to 30 minutes to get it all in. So I'll see y'all in there. We have reached the end of yet another successful shoulder day, and I gotta say, this one's I'm holding very close to my heart because it's the last shoulder day, last training day in general before the big rest, and then we come back and be better than ever. So let's see how the shoulders look. All right, like I said, solid shoulder workout. I'll keep up with everything next week as far as how the rest is going, what I'm doing to speed up the recovery process, and just enjoy life. I mean, kind of my little scoop of paradise. So that being said, thanks for joining y'all. I'll see y'all next week for a big ol' rest week.